Hey Matt, it's time for another video. Alright, so I just kind of wanted to get this video going, maybe address a couple things that I noticed that I'm sure you noticed as well. So let's just get started. First, I just want to talk about some general things I noticed about the revisions that you were doing um, and where that is. So first of all, one thing I noticed is that when you're even over the home, when you're on the home page and you hover over the logo, the home still pops up, as you can tell. Obviously shouldn't be the case because you're already home. I love the way it looks though. Really well executed. Nice touch. Um, yeah, just kind of gives some context. I hope I hope Shopify is okay that we used it as a little bit of inspiration, but no, the home button shouldn't be there obviously when you're right here on the home page. Another thing I noticed, this picture, the colors are a lot more faded than in the picture on the mock-up, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the mock-up right now. But if you look here, the colors look a lot more realistic on the actual photo itself, as opposed to here, where they look. I'm trying to see if I can pull the old switcheroo off. Well, can't really tell because the picture's too small, but there we go. There we go, Jacob. Getting smart. Alright. You can just tell the colors are very different from here to here. It's a lot more faded here. The picture here isn't the one that we want to use. We want to use the image just because this one wasn't cropped perfectly and this one was. But I'm not sure why that happened. But if we could fix that as well. Something else I noticed. The login button here is different than the login button here. This is two words and it looks italicized and it's a lot cleaner. Not sure if that's because of the text differences that we changed the text, but just something I noticed. Alright, another thing is when you go to create a design, then the text reverts back to the old type. And then when you go to save designs, the whole bar drops. Create design, save design, bar drops. The bar should definitely be a constant fixture throughout the entire website. So we definitely don't want that to happen. Okay. So that kind of touches on a few things. So just to sum up, the home button here, little home icon, the picture, right here looking faded, the text on the creative design right here, above, right there, not being the same as the text here. The save design bar coming down lower, the login. Also you can see that this disappears. Magician. You have to change that as well. Another thing I noticed is that this looks pretty cramped. It kind of looks like the exclamation points on the border. S is on the border. Should be a little bit more room there. Just small tweaks. Okay. So I also want to talk about revisions now. So we'll go into that. Take you into my Fresh Prince archives. It's the wrong one. Alright, so everything on the front end is locked in. The only stuff that isn't locked in are two things. Create a design, the order pages. The order pages aren't locked in because Sarah and I are still reworking the order pages. What we realized is what we had just didn't make sense from a user flow standpoint, so we had to revisit it. So we're still waiting on that. We've been working every day. It's just been a hard process. Um, so now the creative design isn't locked in because we've spoken about this briefly. But the creative design right now, if I were to start the revisions, I could go on for pages and pages and pages. I think what would be the wisest decision would be to first let you code an iteration that actually matched the mock-up, and once it matched the mock-up, then going from there. Because if you were to go into the editor right here, right now, you would see for lots of reasons that this doesn't match this. Even the sharing buttons, the whole panel, the sharing button down here, the panel on the right doesn't match. As you can see there. Yeah, so lots of things. So what I would think, Matt, would be the smartest move would be for you guys to code this one more time before I get started. At least so the HTML is correct. And even looking at the sample text box, for example, you know, like we envision it like this. Yeah, I mean, that's really where we stand there. Let me know what you think about that. I really don't want to start on the creative design revisions right now because how can we start on revisions when we haven't even kind of gone through your iteration of it there? I mean, even the bottom hasn't even been updated. It looks like to match the new updated bottom, the new updated footer here with the new text and just the underline, which is much cleaner. So I just think there's a lot left to be done there. But let me know. Okay, so that's where we stand. So I guess from now, what you had said is 12 days until we'd be ready with all those revisions. Now that everything's locked in. So I had it. This was 12 days from when we spoke. The 22nd, next Monday, was when you told me that it'd be done. So I guess we're gonna still shoot for that as a date of having those revisions all done. So just to provide some more clarification, there were a few pages missing here that I added. I added contact the manager, legal mumbo jumbo, order pages. Well, no, order pages are already there. Our story. I included the links for the pages for our story and legal mumbo jumbo. Contact manager, however, is a pop-up. The only link I had to access it was this one here, so you can kind of see that and what I was commenting on. But that contact manager button should be all throughout the website, as you can see there, as you can see here, maybe not there, as you can see here. The send an email is the same thing. That should be the same pop-up down here. So now I do think all those pages are touched on, besides, like I said, the order pages and the creative design. And it is unfortunate because the order pages and the creative design are the two biggest pieces of the front end, and the order pages is a lot of different wireframes. But we just needed more time to really flesh that out. All right. Okay, let's keep going. So now I just want to walk you through some of my revisions that I put in. Start with our story. Just make this more manageable. All right. So to get to the Our Story link, it's right here at the bottom on Our Team. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the wireframe. I included the wireframe name right here. The mock-up name, I should say. Alright, so this is the story page we want to develop. This one was different. I'm not sure where you got this wireframe from, but basically, the only revision is that the one that you coded, should match the mockup, which is page 1 right here. Not sure what Amelia originally had in mind for that empty space. We're probably just going to provide you with an image from our photo shoot, which I can do to put right here. When I said the text underneath should be smaller, I was just saying this text looks large to write the story, and it should be smaller. It looks smaller here, and maybe it's just because I'm zoomed out, but it looks relatively smaller. So I don't know if you have a comment there, but this is definitely too large. Alright, next let me go to the legal mumbo jumbo. Legal mumbo jumbo. Alright, so not too much. The first one, the caret on the side. So you can see it's disconnected right here. Just not smooth. We just want that to be smoother. Kind of like you had done here. So it's nice and smooth and connected. Just want to know if this was the font that Sarah, for the second comment that Sarah did. It probably is, but not that Sarah did, the one that Sarah indicated that she used, because I know she indicated that you used 2 different fonts, so I'm not sure which one came where, and if you could communicate with Sarah about that, that would be great. This one just says code this page to match the mockups. Just to match this, so it has all this text here. This text here. I think it'd be a really nice feature if when you were on something, this was black and these were gray. So I'm actually going to write that revision as well. The selected category should be in a black color font, and the unselected should be gray. When you hover over the unselected, it should highlight in black, but the caret shouldn't actually move until you select. Okay, let me just explain that. So the way I envision this working on the side, these are the categories I'm talking about, is let's say I'm on privacy policy, this would be black font, and everything else, terms of use, no sweatshop policy, legal contact, they would all be gray font, and then when you hover over them, they would hover to black. Also, in addition, my second part of that is that we only want the caret to be where you actually are. I don't want the caret to show up when you hover as such, just to stay consistent with this up top. Same kind of idea. The color changes when you hover, but the caret only changes when you move. I just think in general carets signify like a point of position in where you actually are, so it doesn't make sense to change the caret unless you're actually on that page or in that category. So that's that. Fairly straightforward, not too complicated. Alright, then the last one is the contact manager pop-up. So go here, go to contact manager. So the first one is change your question to how can I help. The second one is change the text to match the one that Sarah specified to use. This one I believe is the original text, not the updated text. I believe it's Museo or something along those lines. I said we should lose the gradient and just use a solid gray fill on this whole rectangular image.